Hello guys, welcome to the channel. This will be my first video in English. It's a part of an experiment that I'm doing with my editor right now. We're trying to branch out to kind of a different demographics and we decided to give it a try. So if you are new here, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post anything on the comment section and we can go from there. Let's talk about some stuff that is happening in Roland Garros 2026 that is just like pure madness. There is no other way to describe it. It's just crazy. I don't think anyone in their perfect state of mind would be able to predict what's going on. And if some analyst would come through before the tournament and state what is happening right now, everybody would just call him crazy. And so let's go through. I know that this might be a bit dated by the time it comes out, but let's go through some madness that just happened. I think the first big madness in this tournament, it was Sinner losing his match, and I bet no one could see this coming, especially with the track record that this guy was having beforehand. It was just insane, and it was in a pretty sad way that this happened. To watch somebody having like his body just collapsing on the court was just sad to see. You don't want to see this. I would be okay with him losing because he lost. Like he played his game, he got defeated. I think it would be better. It's just sad to see somebody losing because his body just gave up on him. And on the other hand, let's see what happened after this, because by the time the Sinner lost, it basically exploded the draw. Now there is this big void that can be exploited by other players that would probably not be able to make as deep of a run, and now they are kind of getting the taste of the blood on the water. They're like, hey, I might be able to pull this through, I don't know, to a semi, to a final, to a quarterfinal, and maybe before that they didn't even believe that they can do it. So this creates an effect that is like crazy, and I think it's exciting to see. I do love to see Alcaraz. I do love to see Sinner. I do love to see Djokovic getting through and watching those big matches with consolidated names. It's all great. But at the same time, there is something exciting about new talents coming through and being able to show their game. And I do get really excited to see what's coming through like the next few days. The next big headline, it got to be Fonseca beating Djokovic. And guys, I'm Brazilian. I had to cheer for Fonseca. This kid is insane. And I know that he gets a lot of bad rep because the way that the crowd behaves, he rallies up the crowd quite a lot. And sometimes this can get a bit on the nerves of people. And I do think sometimes it can get out of control, but I never thought it was due to the player's fault. It was more on the crowd's fault. And I'm not a big fan of the narrative where like the player needs to be responsible of the crowd in its majority is composed by adults who should be able to know better how to behave in a match, and I don't think it's up to the player to control them. It's up for themselves, and if they cannot do it, it should be up to the tournament staff to basically either quiet them down, or if it's the case, to kick them out of the stage. And I think the player shouldn't be blamed by what kind of attitudes an adult will take. So with all that said, Fonseca and Djokovic, what a match. This is without a doubt the best match that Fonseca played. And it's not like Djokovic was playing badly. No, it was the completely opposite. Like Djokovic played a great match, probably one of the best matches that he played, or I don't know, in the last few years. So pulling the stats up here on the match, we have all the stats from this insane match that was almost 5 hours long. We have, as you guys can see, it was not like Djokovic was not performing well. He did have like 71% of his first serves in. He won the vast majority of the points that he played with his first serve, so he was able to take advantage of them. Even on the second serve, this was like 10% better than Fonseca. So again, just proving it was not like Djokovic was putting himself in a place that he was the responsible of the defeat. He was doing everything in his power to win this match, and he was performing well. And over here, again, returns, again, he was a bit not that great on the returns on the first serve, but on the second serve, he was again 10% better than João. And on break points, so really similar. This is the point where you can tell that he played a great match. If you needed any more proof, here it is. He hit 70 winners against 39 unforced errors. This was better than Fonseca, 68-47. Novak played great, and that is like undeniable. We need to recognize whenever Fonseca plays well, and again, I think this was his best match by far, and he showed something that I think a lot of people were expecting from him quite a while now, because whenever he came on the tour, people were talking about like, this guy's a promise, a prodigy. He has like huge forehand, good serve, and people were talking about, will he be like the next big name? And then he had a kind of unpredictable result afterwards, and to the point where Holder started to come to the scene and started to make waves. And people were kind of thinking like, okay, maybe Fonseca is not the big name for this generation. Maybe it's Holder. And again, there is a really, really, really important point in tennis that I think it's really, again, I need to hammer this point. We're dealing with human being, and we got blessed in tennis for having names like Federer, Djokovic, Nadal. Now we have Alcaraz, Sinner, and all these guys are outliers. And we got used to these household names, and we expect everybody to perform like as good as them. Just whenever they arrive, they are ready to go. And again, we should not treat human beings like they are points on a graph, like they will have a linear growth that you can pinpoint whenever stuff is happening, or even like the big names, exponential growth. We're dealing with humans, we all have highs and lows. People can have like crazy exponential growth curves, and then they can stagnate, come back down, and they can kind of recover. It's not like you can pinpoint everything that is going to happen objectively, because that's not how human beings work. So I think this was a great match for João. I think he needed that result to kind of believe in himself, and even himself in the interview afterwards, he said that. And by the way, the way that this kid closed the match was just insane. I don't know, those 3 aces to close the match, for me, it was something out of this world. Like the confidence that you need to have, the amount of energy that you still need to have in your body to pull through 3 serves insane like that, it's crazy. And it comes to show another point where people were kind of highly critical from Fonseca about his conditioning. And I don't know if these last 2 matches from him didn't prove this kind of critics wrong. I don't know what will, like 2 5-setter coming back from 2-set down disadvantage. I think this was just the proof that people who are critical of his conditioning are just playing out wrong. And now we need to talk about what's happening in the draws. So here we have it. This is the draw. Let me refresh it because we have some matches going. So here we have Sinner lost, then we have Cerundolo, Landolence, and the match is going crazy right now. I'm not going to reshoot this. Let's just keep with that. Berrettini won, and then we have Tiafoe later, and you guys will notice a trend here whenever I'm going through this. And then here it's still going. Then Aliassime, first top 10 player to ever appear on the draw, is still alive, but he's still in the same round where Djokovic lost, so he might be, I don't know. I don't want even to try to predict anything on this tournament. I don't know. I can toss a coin and be more certain of what's going to happen. So here it is. I don't know, let's see this match. But he's still like the one of the few top 10 players. The other one is Zverev, and Zverev is the only top 10 player to secure the 4th round so far. And then Tabilo won just now. I was just finishing to watch this match. Great match, by the way. And I think Kouame played well, and time will come, and it's the similar effect to Fonseca. Just give it time to time, right? Let things work out. Let the kid put his work in. Get used to the circuit. Get used to big tournaments. Get used to the pressure, to the crowd, to everything else. And it will take his time. We don't know what his time is. He's 17. He's insane, and let's just wait to see. There is no point to put huge amount of pressure on this guy. Let him cook. Let him develop himself. He will be great as time comes, whenever he feels ready to. And then here, Oboli going through Tien on quite an easy match. I was not expecting this to be this easy, actually. And the other Cerundolo lost here. We have Mensi going through, great match. This will be a great match to watch. Mensi against Rublev. And then we have Rude versus Fonseca. Another great match. Man, this lower bracket is like packed. Like in comparison to the upper bracket, this lower bracket is like actually packed. We have Mansik, Rublev, and then we have Rude versus Fonseca. Whoever wins from those two matches will face each other. And I think this is like just like great match after great match here. We don't have a lot to talk about. I do think Mansik, there is an upper hand for Mansik here just because of how unstable and unpredictable Rublev can be at times. Although I do feel like I'll be rooting for Rublev here. I really like the guy. I think he deserves a bit more. And if I am listening to my brain more than my heart, then I'll probably say Mansik. But let's see. Cheering for you, Rublev. And then we have Rude versus Fonseca. Again, there is no need for me to say who I'm picking from this two. Again, with my heart, Fonseca, and after what I saw against Djokovic, if he is able to keep up with this, I think my brain will go with Fonseca again if he can keep up at this level. And then over here we have Holder, who got a bit into some kind of controversy in this match. Did he push the ball girl? I don't know. I saw the first time that I saw, I was like 100% sure he pushed her. Like, this guy is just an a-hole. And then afterwards, people were pointing out, like, no, this is not. It was just bad timing and bad angle of the camera. He was gesturing to his father on the crowd. And then at the same time, the ball girl kind of slept on the tarp of the court. I don't know. If there was like another angle, or if there is and I didn't saw it, okay. But again, I don't know. If he did this, then just an a-hole. But for now, I will choose to believe him. He said he didn't do it, and I think it would be something so outrageous for someone to do it that I don't know. I just want to believe that he didn't do it. So he will play against Carreno Busta. I think this is Hodar's match to lose. There is no way logically that he will lose this match. So I think he's going through. And over here we have Zverev against De Jong that surprisingly beat Kashanov. So as it is right now, we have two top 10s on the draw. We have Zverev, and then we have over here Aliasmi. And I think from these two top 10s, I can only see Zverev going all the way. To be honest with you, not sure. As I said before, everything that I'm saying about the results that I'm expecting from this tournament are basically as it is right now, as certain as there is someone calling me, as certain as toss of a coin. There's no other way to put it. Like, everybody's getting blown out. We can see over here that I had before. This is the live ranking, and you can see that from all the top 10s, we have just those two alive. We have Zverev and we have FAA here. And then for the others, you can see what happened here to my boy Novak, just devastating, getting down to 7 in the world. Not that he cares, or not that should care. I think that he's playing right now just for the big tournament. So if he's 1, 4, 7, 15 in the world, that it will not make like a big difference for him. It's just kind of a big dip down here on the ranking. And again, from the other stuff, not big things have happened. Rules going to 14, big change. Musetti getting dropped to 15, quite a big move right here. Otherwise, we have Fokina going up, but he already lost. And then stuff like that, not that much. Mexico going up, Hodar going up, Luan going a bit up, and then we can see over here that people are still going through some of these people, so we cannot like state what's going to happen for sure. This is the live ranking, is not as reliable, just so we can understand like some movements that are happening in the tour right now. So I think that's enough for the first video that I'm doing in English. I'm sorry, I'm a bit rusty with my English, and things will get better with time. So thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you on the next time.